Yeah, so I did want to watch the Velma trailer. I saw clips of this on Twitter. It's about as horrible as I think everyone expected it to be. It's fucking rough. This is like HBO Max's version of Big Mouth.
My name is Velma Dinkley, and I've decided to finally share the bone-chilling events that drove me to assemble the greatest team of spooky mystery solvers ever. This is my story, told my way. She has no brain! Oh, I'm not dissing her. She has no brain!
So that's the clip I saw first today. I have to wonder who the fucking audience is. Because it's supposed to be like an adult cartoon, but that's a joke you'd hear out of like Ed, Edd n Eddy or something. I don't know who this is for. Yeah, this has nothing to do with Scooby-Doo or the characters at all. They have a completely rewritten history, background, everything. They only share a name. And Scooby's not even in this. So it shouldn't even be compared to anything even remotely associated with Scooby-Doo. That's clearly them just slapping this name on it for a cash grab. 100% they're going to have the original cast in the last episode. You're giving them so much credit, Dankin. 0% chance. I'm willing to bet on it. This show, I guarantee, hates Scooby-Doo. The people behind it fucking hated it. They probably were forced to by the network because this IP wouldn't have sold on its own 2 feet. So they were forced to roll with Scooby-Doo. I do not think they will include them. They're going to pull a DMC moment, not in a million years. Nah. I would normally agree with you because that seems like a pretty predictable thing that they would do, but not for this one. You have to remember their very first trailer was literally shitting on people that like Scooby-Doo, so I just don't see it happening. But I'm willing to be proven wrong. Maybe they will go with the basic one there. But yeah, it's fucking rough.
Starts with a murder, bitch.
Yeah, well, I don't think anyone was expecting it to be good, but I also don't know if anyone was expecting it to be this awful either. It really feels like they went to ChatGPT and asked it to generate jokes for it. Setting aside all of like the wild changes for no reason, the actual humor of it is horrible in the trailer. Like, even if you set aside everything else, the actual comedy of it is miserable. It maybe is better in the actual show and they just chose the worst jokes to get people hype. I don't know, but if nothing else, it can be absolutely destroyed for how awful the writing is. How dare you slander GPT? Chat GPT might do a better job. These are some Bubs, Hydra, Red, and Dick, and Schmo, and Mason. Whenever I see this, whenever I see like twerking in a show, I know the person who wrote that is like 50 years old. What do kids like? Twerking. What if she does it poorly? Oh, that's good. That's good, yes. Write it down. Please, write it down. That's going to be a hit. Nice. That looks pretty good. Oh my god. Wow. I have no doubt that's going to be a hit. I feel it in my bones. Look how excited Kate is. Velma's coming. It premieres tomorrow. Thanks to the bits Shane and Abungi. They forgot about Scooby-Doo. No, they proudly celebrated that Scooby-Doo won't be in this. So they took Scooby-Doo out of the Scooby-Doo. Again, if you set aside every dumb decision that they've made with like taking Scooby-Doo and just not using anything even remotely associated with it, at the very core, it is so awful with the jokes in this trailer. Maybe the show's better. I highly doubt it. But you bet your sweet Bippy I'm gonna watch. Thanks to the bits, Rakan. We need a moist meter. Oh, I'll moist meter. Oh, I probably won't. This is gonna end up like She-Hulk, where I don't finish it. I already know. I have a very difficult time pushing through horrible comedies, so I probably won't finish it. But I will make a very stern effort. It is, yeah, it is getting so wild just how frequent they just use IPs and then change every single thing about it. Just don't use the IP. Just make something original. Just make something of your own, and then you don't have to worry about like angry fan backlash. Let's say this wasn't called Velma. If this just didn't even have the name Velma, no one would know this was supposed to be Scooby Doo. They could have called this High School Blows, or, and nobody would have known it's Scooby Doo, and it wouldn't have got nearly as much pushback. But they use these IPs because they think it has a built-in audience. Yeah, I saw that review. There was a scathing review that some people were posting as the synopsis. The review was like there was a big focus on Fred's small penis or something. I think the exact words were Fred is the personification of white richness and his small penis or something. I don't feel like pulling it up, but yeah, it was a review, not the synopsis. And also, Velma's a drug dealer, according to that, I think. I didn't watch Thundercats 2011, but I remember hearing decent things about it. Thanks to Resub Circus. Is it not a kids show? That's what I don't know. This has to be for like young teens, maybe? Because the jokes are legitimately like jokes you would have seen back in Saturday morning cartoons. The she's missing a brain, and then her going, oh, no, she's really missing a brain. I'm not dissing her. Like that is actually some shit out of a kids show. But it's marketed as like an adult animation. SNL humor. I'm gonna say something I never thought I'd ever utter. SNL humor is better than this trailer. I said it, and I mean it. I'm not exaggerating. It really does feel like every joke in this was something that was like calculated with an algorithm that only studied TikTok and Tumblr trends. You've gone too far. Yeah, that may have been a little too hot, to be honest. Maybe I flew a little close to the sun with that statement. Thanks to the bits, carp. No, I'm not gonna moist meter Puss in Boots' Last Wish. I really liked it though, but I had seen it after it had already been out, and then I just didn't moist meter it. Thanks to resub. Niche. And the resub Mick. What would I have given it? I'd have to think about it, but it'd be very high. I'd probably give it like a 90 at bare minimum. That movie was fantastic. I did not expect the action to go nearly as hard as it went. I'm just gonna give sub Dumpy. It was the best animated movie of last year. Are you stuck in a time dilation? Puss in Boots' Last Wish came out like a week and a half ago. It's 2023, isn't it? Or did I just see it like later than I thought? Oh wow, it came out December 21st. Oh yeah, no, I must have just seen it like far later than I thought. Huh. What do you know? I thought I'd only seen it like a week after. Regardless, I would be inclined to agree with you. Fantastic movie.